brother. Don't go nowhere, brother. Come on back. Come on back. Can I get 2 Ezra chapter 4 verse 9 in the GNT? Right? Can I get the book of Sirach chapter 3 and verse number 21? Right, the brother was bringing it out mighty and breaking it down to you. So what you have to understand, right, is that these aren't the voices that you're hearing when it's talking about in the scriptures. It isn't literal, brother. Right? So you're trying to, like the brother said, dive too deep into certain things. Take it as milk. Stop trying to dive deep like everything's a deep, dark breakdown. Bring it up.
Sirach chapter 3 and verse 21.
Bring it up.
That's why.
Seek not out the things that are too hard.
What the Lord say?
Seek not out the things that are too hard.
Because you're going to go into every wind of doctrine when you do that. Everything, every word is a dark breakdown. It's not that, brother. It's simple and it's plain. Go ahead.
For thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength.
That are what?
That are above thy strength.
When you first hearing the truth, some things are above your strength. Some things you don't need to dive into.
Right.
Go ahead.
Reading on. But what is commanded thee?
But what?
But what is commanded
What
thee?
did we read that was commanded of us? What's some commandments the brother went over? We went over 2 of them. Actually, we went over 3 for completion. So 1, we went over, it has something to do with food. What's that? Swan. Can we eat it?
Guess not.
We can't. You guess? Or what the Lord say? Did the Lord say we can't eat it? It's not a guess, brother. We read it in Leviticus 11 and 7. It say you can't eat the swine.
Right.
You can't even touch it. It's
Right.
an abomination. We already went over that. Right? So you got to incline your ear to hearing the words of the Lord. Don't let us just be out here reading for an hour. You hear stuff, and then you go back into the church.
Right.
Because the church ain't been teaching you nothing, brother. You came out here, you say you go to the church Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but they not reading. They telling you to listen for a spooky voice you're never going to hear. You're not going to hear a spooky voice speaking to you, right? And it's a little voice in your head, right? Them people are psychotic, right? They're not really hearing the voice of the Lord, man. The Lord isn't dealing with, you got to go through Christ to get to the Lord now, right? No man is dealing with the Lord like that. Keep reading on that.
Reading on. Think thereupon with reverence.
Do what?
Think thereupon with reverence.
Think upon the things with reverence that the Lord has commanded. And you must do them. It's not a question. It's not a I guess. It's not a maybe. You're going to do what the Lord. It's get down and lay down with the Lord.
Right.
It's not a question mark behind that. Keep going.
For it is not needful for thee to set with thine eyes the things that are in secret.
You don't need to see what the Lord has in secret that he hasn't told you. You don't need to go into 40 other books. This is the book.
Right.
He gave it to us. This is the word, brother. So you want to go into, stop going to the, that's what got you thinking like that, the church. Thinking that you just need to hear a voice speak to you, have a personal relationship. Brother, if you're not keeping the commandments of the Lord, you don't have a relationship with
That's
him.
right. Right. Teach, huh?
Straight up.
2 Ezra 4:9 in the GNT. It says, but all I have asked you about is fire, wind, and the day that has just passed. Things that you have experienced, yet you have given me no answer.
Yet you haven't given an answer for the things that you've experienced on a daily. How do you expect to understand deep things of the Lord? You can't understand the basic things. You need to go back to the sincere milk. Give me that in the book of Isaiah chapter 28 verse 9. Keep going.
You can't even understand the things that you have been familiar with since you were a child.
Since what?
Since you were a
You
child.
don't understand how you breathe. You don't understand the molecules in that. You don't understand that, brother. So you're not familiar with these things. Don't try to think out the mind of the Lord.
Right.
Have you thought out all the things that the Lord thought about? How this person's gonna drop dead in 30 minutes when they go away and get into a car crash? You a bug out.
Right.
All right, keep going.
How then can your little mind understand the ways of the God Most High?
All of us have a little puny mind compared to the Lord.
That's right.
You have to humble yourself down and be as dust and ashes as we are. We're not
Right.
The Lord gave us instructions and a way to follow for our good. And if we don't follow them, brother, guess what happens? You know what people have when they think of themselves as something? They exalt themselves to be something. They think they're a damn kingpin and a drug lord. I'm the guy on the street. They're the people that exalt themselves. The Lord didn't exalt himself. The Lord said he's meek and humble. Go back to that in the book of Matthew chapter 11 verse 28 real quick. Give me that Matthew 11 and 28. Yeah, I want you to keep holding on. Bring it up.
Matthew 11 and 28, and it reads,
Bring it out.
come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden,
Right.
and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek.
For he is what?
For I am meek.
The Lord that walked the earth, that could have brought legions of angels upon the earth at any time, he's meek. He's humble. Because he obeys the will of the Lord.
Right.
He could have not got up on the cross and died if he wanted to. But he obeys the voice of the Lord, the greatest man to walk the face of the earth. So what think you to be greater than him? That'd be a foolish statement to make, right? That would be blasphemy. And you should refrain from thinking like that. Right, go ahead.
For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. For my yoke is easy, and my burdens is light.
And you have to take upon the yoke of the Lord. You have to walk as he walked, right? You have to be a prisoner of Christ, man.
Right.
He was lowly, he was meek, you must be also. Stop thinking you're some king, right, when we're in captivity right now.
Right.
What king is in captivity? What do we own? What do we rule? What laws do we give out?
Right. Teach,
go to a damn 9 to 5.
That's right.
What king do that? What king got a penny pinch just to get by?
Right.
No, we're in captivity, brother. We should be meek and lowly, serving the Lord.
That's right.
Reading on in 2nd Esdras 4 and verse 10. Can someone already worn down by this corrupt world?
By this what?
By this corrupt world.
We've been torn and worn down by this corrupt world. Our women are progressively becoming more harlots. Our men are becoming more feminine. We're tired of seeing it. Every time you come out to the harbor, it's less and less clothes on out here. This place is wearing our flesh down. If our forefathers seen how these harlots dress, if our forefathers seen how these faggots dress, they'd be killing them. Our fathers be crossing them through. So we've been worn down by the corruptness of this world. Elijah would have, he'd have been slaying people out here. Mattathias would have had so much blood on his hands, man. Right? Yeah, Nehemiah. He'd been grabbing our people up and throwing them into the damn harbor.
Can someone already worn down by this corrupt world understand the ways of the incorruptible God?
You can't understand the ways of an incorruptible God because we're corrupt. So he gave us what we can understand and what we can sup with. So you have to take hold onto that. Give me that in Isaiah.
Isaiah
28:9.
Isaiah chapter 28 and verse 9. Whom shall he teach knowledge? And whom shall he make to understand doctrine?
Right?
Them that are weaned from the milk.
Them that are what?
Them that are weaned from the milk.
You have to come and get the milk. Milk is what babies get. You have to come and be born again. It's not literal coming out your mother's womb again. That's being reborn and learning as a baby. Babies don't ask and have knowledge preconceived in their head of what they think they know. They learn and soak up things as a spoon. It's what we have to come back to learning how to be. Go ahead.
And drawn from the breast.
And what?
And drawn from the breast.
Read.
For precept must be upon precept.
This is how we learn. You go on to one book, you find something out, it links up with another book. All these things are in here. You go to Genesis, you link it up something with Revelation. All these things match. Go ahead.
Precept upon precept, line upon line.
And that's how the brother was teaching you. He was in Isaiah, right? He was in Jeremiah, right? He was in Sirach. He's in these books showing you how they all link up and how this prophecy links up to show that it's true and that it's not just a private interpretation. Keep going.
Line upon line, here a little and there a little.
And that's how we're going to teach you. Bring that out in the book of 1 Peter. 2 Peter 1:21.
2 Peter 1:21, and it reads.
Bring it out.
20, and it reads, knowing this first, that no prophecy is of the scriptures is of any private interpretation.
There isn't a private interpretation of the words of the Lord. It says what it says. 2 + 2 is 4. You don't question that when a white man tells you. But when the Lord tells you don't eat pork, you question it. What sense does that make? Right, keep going.
For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
It didn't come by me reading it right here. It didn't come by the will of man, but by who?
But holy men of the Most High spake as they were moved by the Holy Ghost.
So the Lord put the spirit of men to write these things down. Right? And we know them to be true because of the prophecies. So we're going to go back to the milk. We're going to start this thing back over from the beginning. And Lord willing, you're able to hearken and hear unto it this time. Go to the book of Revelation.
I just hear you say the Lord put the spirit in these men to write these things down, right? So why can't he do it again? Why can't he do it again?
We just told you earlier, the Lord isn't dealing with men anymore on that level. He said we have to go through Christ. Right? Give me that in the book of 1 Timothy chapter 5, 2 and verse 5. Right? Give me 1 Timothy 2 and 5.
1 Timothy 2.
1 Timothy chapter 2 verse 5.
Bring it out.
For there is one God and one mediator.
And what?
And one mediator.
What's a mediator for? What's a mediator, brother? You tell me. I'm asking you.
I'm here to learn.
I understand, but in order to learn, you have to engage. A teacher asks somebody a question, they point out a kid in the class, so the kid say, well, I'm not, hey, you teach me. Well, if you don't know, then we'll teach you. But if you be,
that's why I'm
well,
asking
I
you
will
that.
rather say that. Don't just say, you tell me. Bring that up.
But there is one God and one mediator.
And one mediator. A mediator is a middleman.
Right.
Right, go ahead.
Between God and men.
Who?
Between God and men.
He's the mediator between God and men. The Lord isn't going to directly deal with you. The Lord, Christ is our mediator between the Most High. That's what the Bible says. That's why you have to open it to read to find these things out. Go ahead.
The man, Hamashiach Yahushua.
And that's who the world will ignorantly call Jesus Christ. The real name is Yahushua.
Right.
That's our mediator. He's the one, that's mediating on our behalf. And in Judgment Day, he's the one going to be mediating on our behalf again. Right? But you're not directly hearing the voice of the Lord. He gave you what was written already. What more does he need to do? Give me the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 1 and verse 22. You're seeking a sign so bad. Brother, it's not going to be no more. There's signs all around. You're not going to have a physical sign you're going to get. Bring that up.
1 Corinthians 1 and 22 and it reads, for the Jews require a sign.
What the Lord say?
For the Jews require a
That's
sign.
how we know you're an Israelite, brother.
Right.
You're seeking after a sign so bad. Well, you're not going to get it. You're getting a sign right now.
right.
You see the wars that's going on in the earth right now.
That's right.
He prophesied them. He prophesied them. That's the sign, brother. If you need another sign where a spooky voice is physically talking, well, you're not going to get it. We'll tell you that
Why
right now.
Why you gotta make it seem so funny?
Well, because, brother, that's what the church teaches.
No, that's what your heart is saying.
Okay, what voice are you expecting to hear?
Because when you're talking,
what voice are you
listen real
expecting?
quick. When you're talking, I'm praying over you. I'm trying.
Are you listening when I'm talking?
No. What I'm saying is, I'm teaching my heart to love you, even though what you're saying I don't agree with.
What don't you agree with?
Just because I don't agree doesn't mean it's wrong or it's not facts. I'm just saying it's something that I'm trying to take in, but my spirit is not agreeing with it. So while you're talking, I'm listening, but I'm also still praying and teaching myself not to not like it or not to hate you. But I'm asking you, what is your heart feeling? What is you saying deep inside as you're speaking to me?
It's the book of Jeremiah.
Well, brother, we read earlier, lean not unto your own vain opinion, brother. We're not going to do that. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things.
The Lord said your heart is deceitful. Your heart is in what?
And desperately wicked.
Read.
Who can know it?
Who can know it? Your heart is wicked. Your heart thinks about all wicked things. You ever been driving on the highway and had an intrusive thought? Running somebody off the road, jumping out the damn car. Your mind is wicked, man. Your mind thinks about all wicked things.
How do you know for sure that's your heart?
All right, brother. Go ahead. Read that again.
Jeremiah 17 verse 9.
Because you told me what's in my heart. Well, my heart doesn't literally think. My heart beats blood.
Right.
So your heart is your mind.
Right.
So when you ask me what does my heart think, I know my heart thinks intrusive thoughts.
Right.
I know it thinks things that it ought not.
Right.
Because we're in what? A corruptible body, like we read in the book of 2 Ezra 4 and 10. So you see how we linking the precepts up? And how are you coming about it? Out of what?
What do you mean?
How are you coming about receiving information or even rebuttaling anything? How are you coming about it? Out of what? What information? What source? Is it from the Lord? Or is it from your heart?
For sure.
Is it from the Lord or is it from your heart?
I can't say for sure.
Well, we're speaking thus saith the Lord.
Right.
Right? You yet to speak thus saith the Lord. Right. Your heart isn't thus saith the Lord. That's why when you ask us something, where we go? Right here. Because these are the words of the Lord. Right. If you were to speak of your own vain opinion, brother, it'd be foolish. Right? Read the book of Romans chapter 3 verse 4 real quick. Right? Bring it out. Wait on. Hold that. Bring that out. Go ahead. Come on.
Romans chapter 3 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
God forbid, yet let God be true.
Let what?
Let God be true.
Let my heart be true.
Let God be true.
Read.
But every man a lie.
Not let every man a liar, but the Lord be true. Right? Don't listen to us. Like the brother said, listen to the words of the Lord. Right? You have an infatuation of listening to your heart, and it leads you to what? Sorcery. Witchcraft. It leads you into sin, brother. Right. Your heart is going to tell you to do things that are not pleasing to the Lord. Because you said, I don't know if I'm committed to not eat pork. Who's saying that? You or the Lord? The Lord told you to do it. Right. He didn't say maybe. He said do it. Right. Your heart and your flesh is telling you, well, I don't know. I don't think I'm strong enough. Your flesh is telling you that, brother. Right. Not the Lord. Give me the book of Matthew chapter 5 verse 28. Right. The Lord tell you to do anything. Go ahead.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 3 and verse 22.
Bring it out.
But what is commanded thee, think thereupon.
We read that already. Go ahead. Read it out.
Matthew 5 and 48, and it reads, be ye therefore perfect.
Do what?
Be ye therefore perfect.
The Lord didn't say maybe. The Lord didn't say try your best. Read.
Be ye therefore perfect.
Read.
Even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
So you have to be perfect. That's a straightway command.
Right.
There's no guessing in that. It's not a question mark behind any of that.
Right.
That's a commandment, brother.
Right.
You have to do that. Right? So again, we're gonna go back to the beginning to try to tear down the strongholds that you have upon your mind. Give me the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 10 and verse number 4. Give me the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 1.
2 Corinthians 10, verse 4. For the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but mighty through Yahweh.
But what?
But mighty through Yahweh.
But mighty through the Most High, read.
To the pulling down of
Brother,
strongholds.
we're going to put on every stronghold you got up here.
Right.
And we're going to bend and make your ear beckoning to the words of the Lord. Keep going on that.
God. Casting down imagination and every high thing.
And every high thing that you may think or exalt. Right, go ahead.
That exalted itself against the knowledge of Yahweh. And bring it into captivity.
And do what?
And bring it to captivity.
Brother, we're going to bring that thought into captivity and throw it on that damn boat. Because you don't need that thought no more. The thoughts that you used to think, brother, are not profitable to you. Right? Our people haven't been profitable living how we've been living. Hey, give me the book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 12, man. Right? Give me the book of Proverbs.
Book of Hebrews, chapter 4 and verse 12. Bring it out. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword.
Hey, the Lord's words are sharp, man. They hurt. When they conflict with the things that you thought you know, how do you go to church 3 days a week and you've never opened 5 Bibles you have?
Right.
He first came up, he said, I've never read the Bible. He said, I have 5 Bibles, and he goes to church 3 times a week. Well, this man, he has spirits on him, man.
Right.
To go to church, you never open the book. What do you go for? I know what they go for now. Church is just a whorehouse.
Right.
Church is where you go to freak off now.
That's right.
The pastor freaking off with the women in there, right? The deacon sleeping with the pastor wife. It's just a big, it's a big orgy in the church now. Right? They go in the damn back room. It's probably 50 shades of gray in the back room, man. Right? Bring that out.
God, the book of Hebrews, chapter 4, verse 12.
Bring it out.
For the word of Yahweh is quick.
Hey, brother, come here. Come here, brother. Well, throw that down out your hand. Right. Killing yourself.
Right.
You're killing yourself. Right, go ahead.
For the word of
Be
Yahweh
your
is
last
quick
puff, you keep bucking up.
and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder.
And this word pierces to your soul, man. Right? It cuts you straight in half.
Right.
And when you hear that your ways are wicked and that your ways are bad, guess what? You have to flee.
Right.
You have to go 7 ways. I think he came from that way. Now he's going back that way. Right, go ahead. Yeah, he was supposed to be going this way. That word, Jana, he said, I'm going home for the day. Right, go ahead.
Piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit and of the joints and marrow.
It pieces to the middle of your bones, man. Right? Go ahead.
And is a discerner of the thoughts and intents.
It's a discerner of the thoughts that you had. Right? Because the thoughts that you admitted the thoughts that you had, man. Yeah. Right? So I don't want to believe you, so I'm praying over you right now. Well, you're not listening. But I can tell you wasn't listening because the brother wasn't listening to the brother. Right. Broke it down for about an hour. Hey, brother, come here. 2 minutes. 2 minutes for God. Huh? You got to be a man, brother. Got to be a man in these last days. Right? Bring it up.
Proverbs 28 and 1, and it reads,
Bring it out.
The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are as bold as a lion.
Hey, but the righteous are as bold as. That's why we come out here to proclaim, to our people their judgment and their sins and their iniquity. Also, give me the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8 and verse number 3. Give me the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 5 and verse number 1.
Book of 2 Ezra, chapter 8 and verse number 3.
Bring it out.
There be many created, but few shall be saved.
Hey, it's only going to be few that's going to be saved in these last days. A lot of our people are out here, but a lot of them are going to be destroyed. Right, go ahead.
So answered I and said, swallow then down, O my soul, understanding and devour wisdom.
You have to understand and devour wisdom.
That's
man.
right.
When you see, if you see a man that's wise, you better wear out his damn doorstep, man. You better be up to 3 in the morning asking questions, right? And you better write everything down and go back over your notes 7 times fold, man. Right? Give me the book of 2 Ezra 3 and verse 8. First Esdras 8:3. Give me what I called and go ahead. Bring it.
Second Esdras 5:1 and read.
Bring it out.
Nevertheless, as concerning the tokens, behold, the day shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken.
Shall be what?
Shall be taken.
And he doesn't understand it. He said, I see the signs that's coming, but clearly you don't. You don't understand because you haven't been reading. Go ahead.
Shall be taken in a great number, and the way of the truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren.
And this land is going to be, but the way of the truth is going to be hidden from a lot of these people. They're already blind, as Isaiah well prophesied. Their ears are going to be shut, their eyes are going to be shut, and they will have no understanding, man. Right? Keep going.
And the land shall be barren of faith.
Right? And there's no faith in the land anymore, man. Everybody does what's right in their own eyes. They think everything that they do is good. When it's on the contrary, man. They walk up and down, they spend money on the Lord's holy day, profaning it, right? And they think that they're doing well in their eyes, right? Because they may not kill. They may not sell drugs, right? But you do drugs. So what good do you do? Right? And you teach your younger siblings to do the same, right? Bring it up.
It's the book of First Esdras, chapter 8 and verse 3.
Bring it out.
This Esdras went up from Babylon as a scribe.
As a what?
As a scribe.
Being very ready in the law of Moses.
And we're going to make you brothers ready in the law of Moses. We're going to make you studied in the law. When you come up here, you're going to hear these laws, man.
Right.
And they're not grievous. Brother say it's a lot you have to attend to. Well, brother, you have to attend to a lot of laws in America, man. It's over 2,000 laws you have to attend to. You got to stop at the damn red light. You got to stop at the stop sign. You got to drive with your seatbelt on. You got to be insured. You got to be registered. That's fine just to drive. How about all the other laws, man? We gave you 3 and you said, oh, it's too much. Damn head started spinning. Hey, family, I got 2 minutes for the words of the Lord. 2 minutes for God. Y'all love God?
Wow.
Brother, answer your brothers.
Wow.
And coonery be at an all-time high in these right? Bring out Proverbs chapter 3 and verse number 5 for me real quick. I want you to keep holding. Go ahead, Genesis 12 again. Somebody get Genesis 12 again. I got you. Yep.
Proverbs 3 and 5 and read.
Bring it out.
Trust in the Lord with all thine heart.
Do what?
Trust in the Lord with all thy heart.
Hey, brother, you trust in the Lord? Well, come here two scriptures. One
Two
scripture that's going to save your soul. Because the fist not going to save your soul, brother. Right? And you have to trust in the Lord with all your heart. Read. How about y'all? Family, 2 minutes. 2 minutes, brothers. Y'all men of the Lord. Y'all men of the Lord. Come on, brother. Y'all let us down like that? Go ahead.
And lead not into thine own understanding.
And we're not supposed to lean into our own man opinion. Bring it up.
And said unto Abram, get thee out from thy country.
Do what?
Get thee out from thy country.
Read.
And from thy kindred. And from thy father's
y'all got
house.
2 minutes. Well, come back. Ain't nothing wrong with hearing the words. You go to church every Sunday. Can't come back to hear the words of the Lord. Wow. It's madness, man. When do you say I've heard the Lord already? I had enough. Sister, how about you? Sister. And the white, yeah. Come on, brother. How about you? 2 minutes. 2 minutes, brother.
2 minutes. Come on, brother.
All right, brother. Hey, I hope you're a man of your word. Right? It's Lord willing. Go ahead. It's in every city. It's universal. The I'll be back is universal. The fist, the I'll be back, and I agree with what y'all doing. I'm with you.
I like what y'all do.
I like what y'all doing. Well, what are we doing? And it has no clue. Right? Go ahead.
Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house, unto a land that I will show thee. And I will make of thee a great nation.
And what the Lord said?
I will make of thee a great nation.
And we're supposed to be a great nation. Hey, sisters, come on, 2 minutes. For God. 2 minutes. Come on, 2 minutes. No.
See the leader? Wrong way.
How about, hey, sisters?
I can't come over here. I ain't got no clothes on.
You got what?
I ain't got no clothes on.
Well, you should have came out the house with clothes on. Right? Well, you should have came out the house with clothes on. Hey, brother, 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Come on, brothers. You don't walk past a group of your brothers and ignore us. Don't make us come over there and grab y'all up, man. Hey, that spirit of Matthew is really going to come out in these last. I'm going to yoke a brother up one of these days, man. And you're going to hear this word. I'm going to put you in a Melvin headlock and give you a damn nugget, man. And make you read the whole book of Deuteronomy. Wow. Hey, brother. All right, keep going.
Come. Says, and I will bless thee and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing.
Where's this at upon the earth anymore? Where is the so-called blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanic? Where's our name great at? We're looked as a lesser people, man.
Right.
We're looked as beasts, as vile men, as savages, as wolves, and people that just rob, rape, kill, and steal. Because our name stinks upon the earth. Right? What did Jacob said? He make my name to stink upon amongst the nations, man. Right? Go ahead.
And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth.
Right, but the point of this was Abraham straight up went and did what the Lord said, man. He got up. He didn't lean unto his own understanding. He didn't trust in his damn heart, man.
Right.
He straightway did what the Lord said.
That's right.
All praise to the Most High. Get up on the hand. Come on up, bro. Come on up, bro. What's your name? God John. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. You believe in the Bible? All praise. You read it. Sometimes you look at Revelation 1. We respect it. It's not, hey brother, we at one point I didn't read the Bible at all. That's right. Didn't open it. Right, go ahead.
Revelation 1 and 3 in the read.
Bring it out.
Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the words of this prophecy.
But they said, blessed is he that readeth. Now, what's the world saying if you want to hide something from the so-called black man, where you put it? Where you put it? In a book, but definitely the Bible. Right, go ahead.
And keep those things which are written therein.
But you're blessed if you hear these things and if you read them and if you keep the things that are written therein. Now, what's written in the Bible that you're supposed to be keeping? Good question, right? You go to church? Sometimes. Now, what they teach you in the church?
They preach the word most of the time, but, you know.
Now, what they preaching out the word? What they telling you to?
Praise God. Praise God.
All right, now how you show God you love? Go ahead, give me that. 1 John 5. How you show God you love?
Praise Him, talk to Him. No sinning. I mean, well, everybody sins.
Hold on.
You really can't see that. But
that's good, but what is sin?
Sinning is really going against His word. Like doing something for marriage, you feel me? That's a sin. Or
let's touch on a few things that you said real quick. Go to 1 John 3 and 4. Let's show you what sin is, and then let's show you how to love God. Because they're coupled together. They intertwine.
1 John 3 and 4. Whosoever committeth sin, transgressive also the law.
Read.
For sin is the transgression of the law.
So sin is when you break God's law, His words. Right. So His laws, statutes, and commandments, when you break them, you're in sin. Now, how you love God is coupled with that 5 and 3.
1 John 5 and 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep His commandments.
That we do what?
That we keep His commandments.
And His commandments are not grievous.
So sin is breaking the commandments. Loving God is keeping the commandments. So you don't want to be in sin to love God. That's plain, right? Now, what are some commandments of God?
commandments.
Well, sin is breaking of the commandments. So what are the commandments? Because they're specific, right? I'm gonna give you a few that are inside the 10, and we're gonna give you a what's that say? What's the thing where you reveal something before a movie?
The preview.
Spoiler, yeah, spoiler alert, right? I'm gonna give you a few in the 10. Thou shalt not kill. That's not commit adultery. That's not steal. So them are the ones that people usually go to. What are some other ones?
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not.
Give me Exodus 20 and 8. Give me Exodus 22 and 16.
Thou shalt not.
Leviticus 19 and 28. Well, brother, we gonna help you out. Because guess what? That's what brotherly love is. We're not just gonna let you up here and not know. No, we're gonna show you. Bring it on.
Exodus chapter 20 and verse 8.
This is the fourth commandment right here. Inside of the 10. Go ahead.
Remember the Sabbath day.
You know what the Sabbath day is? You've heard of it before?
Yes.
What day is it? Oh, well, it's okay, King. We're going to show you. Go ahead.
To keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all that work.
So you have 6 days to do all your work, right?
But the seventh day.
What's the seventh day of the week? Saturday. Read.
Is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God.
So Saturday is the Sabbath. Right. That day you're supposed to keep holy. Read.
In it Thou shalt not do any work, thou nor thy son, nor thy daughter, thy manservant, nor thy maidservant.
So no work is to be done by your sons, by if you own a business, you're not supposed to operate that business, whether it's somebody else working, go ahead.
Nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that is within thy gates.
Read.
For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is.
So you know the origin of the world, right? In Genesis, the Lord made all of this in 6 days. And what did he do on the 7th day?
Made it holy.
He made it holy, and what did he do? Did he keep working?
Yeah. No. He did.
It was finished.
Where?
Read.
And rested the 7th day.
And this doesn't mean the Lord closed his eyes, kicked his feet, kicked his shoes off, and took a nap. That's not what it means. It means that he rested, he ceased from work. So what was me doing on the Sabbath?
You saying?
Right. So you're not supposed to work on the Sabbath, right? You're supposed to rest. No buying, no selling, no cooking, no cleaning, no commanding your kids to do anything. Your parents tell you to do it. And you gotta pull out the law on them, man.
Right.
I'm not gonna disobey the Lord.
Right.
Right? Give me the book of Nehemiah. You know what I want. Give me Nehemiah 13 and verse number 21. Give me the book of Nehemiah chapter 10 and verse 21. Nehemiah 13, 19. Sorry.
The book of Nehemiah, chapter 13, and verse number 19.
Bring it out.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark before the Sabbath.
What?
Before the Sabbath.
So, what does that sound like it means to you? But that's good. Yeah. But when this is chiefly talking about when the Sabbath starts. When does it start? Okay, what time? When? Huh? Let's read it again.
And it came to pass that when the gates of Jerusalem began to be dark.
What? Read it again.
Began to be dark.
So before it what? Before it became sundown, they did what?
Before the Sabbath.
Before what?
Before the Sabbath.
So before the Sabbath was before it began to get dark.
Right.
So when it got dark, it's what? The Sabbath. So when the sun goes down on what day?
Right.
So what? Now when does the Sabbath over?
No, Sunday, right?
No.
Or Monday. No, it's Monday because
It's 24 hours. Sundown when?
Sunday 12. Sunday at 12, right?
Because the sun don't go down at 12, but the sun about to go down in a minute here.
So like what?
So just not a time frame. Just when the sun goes down on Friday to when? What?
Friday morning?
No, that's not a day. That's half. When the sun goes down when? Again.
I got you.
Saturday. So Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That'd be a completion of a day.
That's right.
So the whole day, Friday sundown to Saturday sundown is the Sabbath. What can you do on that day?
On the Sabbath day?
Yeah.
Rest. You feel me?
Supposed to rest. Can you go to work? Can you go get you a bacon, egg, and cheese?
I mean,
Can you go buy you a bacon, egg, and cheese?
No.
Brother? Why not?
I mean,
Can you go get you some
that's nutrients for real.
Can you go get you right? Can you go get you some we're a crab, the name of a crab shack around here. Can you go get some crab? A shrimp? You want no seafood bowl? You don't want one? Bring this out Nehemiah 10, 31.
Nehemiah 10 and 31 in the reads. And if the people of the land bring word or any victory
If they bring things to sell, on what?
on the Sabbath day to sell, that we will not buy of it
That
of
what?
them. We will not buy it of them.
So
on
we're
the
not
Sabbath.
supposed to be buying on the Sabbath. So you can't go get you a bacon, egg, and cheese. You're supposed to have that prepared when? The day before. There you go, brother. All praise.
Right.
All praise. Hey, see, now you learning. You ain't never learned that in the church. And guess what? That's in the 10. Now we're gonna teach you something outside the 10. We'll step it up a little bit. Give me Exodus 22 and 16. Exodus 22.
Look at Exodus chapter 22 and verse number 16.
Bring it out.
And if a man entice a maid that is not betrothed and lie with her.
And what?
And lie with her.
Now, brother, do you happen to have a girlfriend or anything at this time?
No.
All right, so yeah, all praises. So this said if a man basically spits game to a woman and he lays down with her, what do you think that? Because you mentioned this earlier. If you do anything before marriage, is that what you said, right? Now let's show you what the Lord thinks of that act. Go ahead.
And if a man entice a maid
Spits game to her.
that is not betrothed
She's not promised to anybody.
and lie with her.
And he lays down. That's to do with her.
He shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Sex is marriage. So when you lay down with a woman, brother, that's your wife.
Right.
To the Lord. And you can't break that covenant. You can't, there's no divorce. So guess what you have? You got that, Matthew?
Genesis.
Go ahead.
It's the book of Genesis,
Go get that, Matthew.
chapter 24 and verse 67. Bring it out! Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
And she what?
And she became his wife.
He went into the tent, and brother, spoiler alert, they weren't playing Connect 4. They weren't playing Twister in there. Right? Brother, he laid down with her, made her his wife. So the thing of marriage is sex consummates marriage. So you can be promised to a woman, that doesn't mean you're married, like the marriage contract, even in America. If y'all go get married and you never do that, you're not married in this court system. Even though the paper tells you that. So don't go with the white man say that's a westernized concept. That they even know that sex is marriage. Right? Bring it up.
Matthew 19 and 5 in the read.
Bring it out!
It said, for this cause shall a man leave father and mother, and shall cleave to his wife, and they twain shall be one flesh. Wherefore, there are no more twain, but one flesh.
Right?
What therefore the Most High has joined together,
What the Lord has joined together, when you lay down with that woman, go ahead.
let not man put asunder.
You can't put your wife away. That's marriage, brother. What they say in the word, to death do you part. And they mean that. They don't mean the 70% divorce rate that we have. The Lord mean that. And the Lord will put you to death if you don't. So you have to hearken unto these laws and take them with as the gravity that they are, how serious they are. That if you don't do this, it's a chance that the Lord can take you out this world. Right? Go to the book of Numbers, chapter 15 and verse number 38. Actually, give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. So we read you a law, brother, but more importantly, what would your nationality be? Nationality be? That water on the side. Yeah, your nationality. What would you put on the job application? Your ethnicity, race.
Right. I'll put my name.
What's your
experience? If I have experience.
All right. And they got. Now, are you gonna check the Chinese box?
No.
What box?
For English. Like check English.
No. Not what language you speak. Are you gonna check white, Chinese?
Oh, African American.
African American, black. Now I gotta ask you a question, brother. Look at your skin. Now look at your shirt. Are you the same color? What color are you? You're brown, right? Now the name African American comes from the last name of two so-called white men, Leo Scipios Africanus and Amerigo Vespucci. You don't derive from two so-called white men, do you? It's literally impossible. It's literally impossible. So you're calling yourself the name after slave masters, essentially, which wouldn't be you. That doesn't define you as a nation of people. That's a term somebody placed upon you. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 37.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse number 37.
You know.
And thou shalt become an astonishment, a proverb,
A what?
A proverb.
And a byword.
Which just means a name.
Right.
You're being called every name. Right? What they used to call us when we got off the slave ships?
When we got into slavery?
Yeah. What was our race then? Starts with an N. And ends in a R-E-R. What is it? Now what's after that? But they did call us that too, right? They called us something you called yourself. And that's just a what? And they called us colored. Now, that's a proverb and a byword that has been placed upon us, right? So, we don't know who we are today then. So it will behoove us to find out who we are then, right? Now we're going to go into this and find out. Go 28 and 1.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments.
So if we listen diligently unto the Lord's words and do as he says, read.
Which I command thee this day,
which you're getting right now,
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations.
As a collective of so-called black people, how are we living in every city? Good or bad? Bad. Horrible. Me and this brother not model, we come out of St. Louis. Horrible. Out here, horrible. Right? So we know that this isn't true.
I can tell you from her.
Yeah. Right. Go to 15 now. So we're not set above all nations. Go to 15.
Verse 15. But it
So
shall...
we had to, if we listen, we'd be blessed. Now, on the contrary, we're about to show you what's going to happen if we don't listen.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes.
So if we don't listen to do all these things, read,
which I command thee this day,
which you getting right now.
that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Now, is a curse a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing. So if we listen, we'd be blessed. If we don't listen, we'd be what? We'd be cursed. Now we're going to read curses in here. Because is this speaking to everybody?
Yes.
This word speaking to everybody?
Well,
who's speaking right here? Do you know? Who is writing this Deuteronomy? Well, it came from the Lord, but this is Moses writing this down.
yeah, right, Moses.
So Moses is writing to who? Who did Moses free out of Egypt? What's their names? The children of who?
Right, children of God, right?
Well, yeah, but the children, the Israelites. You remember that? He freed people out of Egypt, right? And it was the Israelites. So he's not writing to everybody. He's writing to the people who got what? Freed out of who? Freed out of Egypt, right? Go ahead. So these curses are going to fit a certain people. And we're going to find out if they fit the white man, the Chinese man, the Arab man. We're going to find out if they fit you. Go ahead.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Now, just as you admitted, we're cursed in the city, right? In every city, no matter where you go. You go across the country, you still cursed, right? Go ahead.
And cursed shall thou be in the field.
Now, what that sound like? Cursed in the field. And you hear a loud crack in the field. What that sound like? We hear that loud whip sound.
Oh yeah, that sounds like slavery.
Sound like slavery. Now, was the white man on the cotton field picking cotton? Was he in the sugar cane field cutting down the sugar? Who was in those fields? All right, keep going. Go to verse number 30 now. Right, so those two fit us. Go ahead.
Verse 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
So you're gonna get a wife, and another man's gonna lay with her. Who glorifies that today? What people? And this is still your girl. Who do that?
Some people do.
What people?
Cursed people.
And who's the cursed people?
One that don't
do you hear the Chinese man rapping about how he went and laid with Ling Ling, another man's wife? Or do you hear about Connor saying he just smashed Karen, Joe's wife? Do you hear that? No, you don't hear that, brother. You hear our people do that, and they glorify it. Right? So that's us. Right? Jump down to 54.
Verse 54. So that the man that is tender among you and very delicate.
Now, brother, back in the day, I don't know if you know or not, but we used to be a kind and affectionate people towards one another. We used to show love. When brothers asked brothers stop to hear the words of the Lord, they would stop like this. But you don't believe how many people walk up and down her passages every day. So guess what? We used to be kind and affectionate towards one another. How are we now? Do we love each other? Or do we mug each other with a pooch ice on? Read that. Now, brother, this was written over 3,500 years ago. Read that.
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
What the Lord say?
His eyes shall be evil toward his brother.
So we see that prophecy being fulfilled today. Right? Go ahead.
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And what?
And toward the wife of his bosom.
And toward the wife of his bosom. What happens in our households now?
Maybe your whole argument.
Right. And like this. Freak, man. That's...
Hey, look.
Right? So look. There's going to be contention in the household. Now, you got domestic abuse, right? Domestic violence. You had the husband beating up the wife, and guess what? Now you got the wife beating up the husband.
Right.
Now, what does that leave for our kids? Someone always end up what? Out of the picture. Who's always out the picture? Read that. Now, brother, would you believe that that's in the Bible?
What I believe that's in the Bible?
Well, let's read.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
What that just say?
Teach, Art.
What it say, Art? You see that? What it say? Did it say the father's going to beat her?
No, he said
he's going to leave. Yeah. And you say, well, I don't know if that could be. Well, brother, who that talking about? Well, no, what people? What people is that mentioning? What people is it referring to? What curses fall upon these people today? Does the white man fit that? Does the Chinese man fit that? Does the Asian man fit that? Does the Arab man fit that? Do you fit that? So who's that talking about? Talking about us, brother. Right now, bring this out.
This is a people robbed and spoiled.
Brother, we have been robbed and spoiled of guess what? Our nationality, our heritage, our language, our customs. We don't know any of that anymore. Because what do we think our heritage is? What is our culture? Is it, what's the stereotype they give us? That we what we eat. Come on. Is that our culture? Is that our heritage? No, brother. Shit to get you diabetes and clogged arteries. Right? Keep going.
But this is a people robbed and spoiled.
Read.
There are all of them, snare and hold.
A snare is a trap. Where are people like to hang out at? What's it called? Now, where the trap lead you? 2 places. Dead or where? Read that.
And they are hid in prison house.
And they're hid where?
Hid
In prison house.
So you're in the trap and it leads you to jail. Because the trap is quite literally a trap to put you in jail. Brother, that fits us. This is in a whole nother book. It's in Isaiah. We're in Deuteronomy. Reading the same things. Now go to verse 68. Now if none of that else made you understand or made you think that this is talking about you and this about it, this is going to put the nail in the coffin. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 68.
Bring it out.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Now, what did we mention earlier? Moses led what?
Oh, he let
Out of where? He led them out of Egypt. Right? But he led out of Egypt. You said he freed them. What were they doing there if they weren't free? There you go.
Right.
So when they heard the word Egypt, what you think they was thinking of? Well, no.
well, more slavery.
Slavery.
Right.
They were thinking of more slavery.
Right.
So when they heard Egypt, then Lord said, I'm going to bring you into Egypt again, aka what? I'm going to bring you into slavery again by way of what? How do we get to America? We flew to America?
No.
No. How do we get from the west coast of Africa to America? You had to cross a body of what? Look behind you. Now, hold on. Look at that right there. That's how you got there, bro. Right. That's how you got there. Now, in the church, have they ever told you that? Read that, bro.
Wow. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Now with a scat pack.
With ships.
No, on an airplane.
With ships.
No, on a damn lime scooter.
With ships.
Brother, you came over on the ship, brother. Now read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
And guess what, brother? You've never seen your homeland no more again. You're a prisoner of war to this day. You're still being held captive here. You have to have a passport to go back. And guess what? If you don't renew your visa, they come in and get you. Wow. Right, go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold.
Now who are we sold to?
We sold you a white man.
Right? Now, are they your friends? You and Timothy just, yeah, that's my guy. Right? And behind your back, he makes monkey jokes. Is he your friend? Read that.
Unto your enemies.
Unto who?
Unto your enemies.
What did the Lord call him?
Unto your enemies.
The so-called white man is your enemy. Right. Because guess what? You're going to have another George Floyd, another Emmett Till, another Eric Garner. They're going to keep killing you. They're not your friends. Their track record is god-awful. Right? Keep going.
For bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy
So
you.
you're going to be sold for slave man and slave woman, and no man is going to come redeem you. We've had
Right.
Marcus Garvey. We had Nat Turner. Right? We had, who's the most famous? He say, I had a dream. He couldn't redeem us. The Harriet Tubman. Right? We had the leaders of the Black Panther Party. Right? But none of those were able to free us and redeem us out of the hand of captivity and from under the thumb and foot of our oppressor. Right. So guess what, brother? Who are these people talking about that's in the Bible? Who is it? What people?
Right.
It's us. What the Lord called them. Because the Lord didn't call you a Negro. The Lord didn't call you a black man. But what's their name? No. Read 29:1. And it's okay that you don't know, brother, because we was never taught this.
Right.
It's okay. But when you hear it, you're learning who you are, so you must what? Hold on to it. Listen and hold. You gotta, you hold on to something for your life. You have to hold on to this for your life. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 29 and verse 1.
Bring it out.
These are the words of the covenant which the Lord commanded Moses
to make
with the children of Israel.
Of who?
The children of
Israel.
Black man.
The children of Israel.
So, brother, who are you? You're an Israelite, brother. All praise to the Most High. All praise to the Most High. So now you know you're an Israelite, brother. If these brothers catch you walking up and down here, and you call yourself African American or black, well, brother, we don't want to see you going to the harbor for the folly, right? You might end up in the harbor for that. So guess what, brother? You have to know you're an Israelite, and you have to start keeping what? What we got to be keeping? God's word. What else is another name for it? Starts with a C. Oh, I get it. Starts with an L. What y'all call the police? Starts with an L. Call them the law, right? You got to keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, right? Now, what's the commandment we gave you? Which one that we gave you, that we read? The fourth one out of the 10.
Remember.
Remember what? What you supposed to remember? Now, read Amos 8 and 11. And this is why we told you have to hold on to it. It's okay, bro, it's your first time hearing it, maybe a lot of information, but you can't let it escape you. Because you're not going to be taught this anywhere. How old are you? 18. Have you ever heard this anywhere before? You went 18 years without hearing it. God forbid you go another 18 without hearing it. Right, go ahead.
Amos 8 and 11 in the reads, behold, the days come, said the Lord God, that I will send a famine in the land.
Now, you know what a famine is? A famine is a want for something. There's nothing in it of it in the land. There's a want for gold and it may not be none. There's a want for diamonds and it may not be none. Now, what do you think the famine is going to be in these last days? Guess what you go 18 years without hearing? The word and the truth. So it's going to be another famine of that. Go ahead.
Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water.
It's not going to be a food and drink, but what?
But of hearing the words of the Lord.
So guess what, brother? You don't want another 18 years of that. Because guess what? And it may be the rest of your life you may never hear. And guess what? This is the only way to come unto the Lord and to serve Him and to get saved. This is salvation. Obeying the words of the Lord. Because if you don't obey Him, is He going to save you? Or is He going to leave you cursed? Because you didn't what? Right. So you have to hearken unto. Don't let these words slip you, brother.
Overcame Babylon, we Israel, now we girded up. Ever since we came into the truth, we got our birdies up. Eat this Mac, think you funny, watch how it'll burn you up. I live 3 miles down, about a Sabbath journey up. Esau see us coming up, just watch how we just turn him up. In the kingdom, keep the law, we gon' have them double dutch. Occupy till I come, go ahead and eat this honey up. Anytime I see a blood moon, it got me jumping up.
Esau doing coke, yeah, now he fanny up. I done got my spirit up, now let's just see what's up.